You know, Danny, I love the month of May.
May.
Good
I
morning, good
know.
afternoon, good evening, everyone. What
Oh,
a day! What a day! What a day! The day will revolutionize the MLM industry altogether.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see here. Just got on. We've got a good crowd that's still coming in. All
yes.
right, so how do we start here, Danny? We do training? We go at this. What we do? What are we doing?
Actually, Ramin, well, we want to show them, first of all, the benefits. We have talked about, Opulence currency being the second biggest achievement, since the release of Fountain of Life. We told them on our celebration call how this was achievement number 2 and how this was really going to transform people's businesses. After all this pandemic, Ramin, looking at the numbers, showing them, how momentum is really here and people are building their businesses from home. I think just guiding them in through the 5 phases that this was actually created. We're releasing all of them today, and I know this is going to be exciting. All the capabilities of Opulence currency so far for their businesses today, and this is going to be in effect June 1st, Ramin. So I know people are going to be like ecstatic waiting over the weekend, and I know you have prepared a surprise for them.
Uh,
Whoa.
well, hold on. What is my mic? Here we go. I was having a little battle with Zoom over there for a minute there. Okay, so we have a surprise. What's the surprise? Whisper it in my ear first.
Which surprise am I talking about? We're gonna leave it at the end because we're a pandemic-proof business
But
and we wanna
can we have the surprise first?
really
Oh, Captain
no.
says we gotta go first. All right. You know what, Daniela? This is big. Here's the reason why. We keep hearing about the digital world, the digital currency. When the Bitcoin stuff came out, I couldn't understand it. To be honest, I still don't understand it because I mean, I know what it is, but I just don't understand it. But whether I understand it or not, that's where the future is and goes. And why so many people are attracted to it is because, it bypasses all the banking restrictions. It's just something that's so independent on its own. And what is a currency? A currency is when you can use it to buy the stuff that you want. That's all it is, because money itself is just a piece of paper. It doesn't mean anything. It only means something. It's like an IOU. It's a promise to pay. When you go somewhere, you pick up an appliance or whatever you buy, you give them this paper. The paper is basically an IOU right here. I took your appliance, but these papers, I promise you, you can use this paper to get whatever you want. That's how the concept of money works. The problem is that concept, is highly regulated. So it becomes very difficult to do, especially for international. I mean, how do you send money in the mail? You can't do that. So you go using banking restrictions, and since 911, it became almost impossible to do business globally. It's just become so every MLM company, every e-commerce business, they struggle with that because Visa, MasterCard, they keep changing their rules. Recently, they released a bunch of new requirements again. You got governments, they have, in our software, we are putting in the security part. They give us 3 years to do it. Apparently, 99% of the companies, have to go through the same compliance they just put out. You know what it costs to implement that? It absolutely drives you mad. By the time we do what the government wants us to do, and it's new stuff to keep putting out there, it'll cost about $300,000 just for security protocols for credit cards and those things. And we got 3 years to get it done. So we are working on it. So my point is, it's not going to get easier. It's going to get worse. It was much easier in the old days to do business with credit cards and do wire transfer, 911 change, all that. Now we got organizations like FinTrack, that anything over $10,000 you can't travel with. It's horrible. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse. One thing we do very well in Opulence Global, and my job in the back office, is to think about the future and see how we can become independent. That's a good word. Independent of the world's challenges and regulations, and of course we're a lawful company, but I'm just saying what we can help. And so this opulence money, although you might not recognize it now, I can guarantee you, you're going to appreciate it so much when 2 o'clock in the morning, well, in 5 o'clock your time, whether you're in the world, well, during business hours, you're trying to get somebody in where it's like 2 o'clock in the morning here at Toronto, and all of a sudden, the credit card doesn't go through, or something, CVV's missing or something. And all of a sudden, you go through your Opulence Money wallet and boom, 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 done. So imagine this: in many countries around the world, they don't have even credit cards. And the ones that even do, there are monthly restrictions on how much people can spend. Because, and you know what, a lot of times what they do, these, especially the islands, and what they do, they don't tell you can spend it. What they do is that they just put a stop to it for no reason. But they want you to call in, and basically tell them, hey, release my money, and they just harass you. Of course, if their time zones don't work, it could become difficult. So it's the number one problem in e-commerce, period. Of course, MLM falls in that category. So we have so many advantages. See, I talked about a fashion line being our infrastructure, a fashion line being the whole foundation of the company. And because we started with that, and we have like all these 500, 600 most beautiful SKUs, we had to develop all the systems over the last 15 years that gets us ready for today. The things that we want to add today, because the infrastructure was built over the years. We got a million line code, $3 million invested in that software. So now we take a look at this, say, look, Opulence can give you what you need at home. In this pandemic, we give you the product you need to stay healthy. We give you a product for antibacterial with the night cream. We give you product, all the accessories that you need, shoes and watch, whatever you need. It's all there. We're adding more stuff. We got a skincare line. We got a shampoos, a body wash, and conditioner. We have all the toothpaste. So what you need is right here. So we can have an internal currency where you can shop with your own money. Years ago we gave you that Opulence Visa, a GWT Visa card, and you know what we used to say? The beautiful black card. Now it's black. Before it wasn't black. We used to go along and say, hey, we have our own bank. We own our own bank, right? So now we have our own currency aside from our card. So when somebody says, well, I don't have a credit card in our country, we don't have that, and it's a cash society, well, don't worry about it. You need one person who has a card. Then you buy this in bulk. And by the way, we buy it in bulk, you actually get a bonus. I don't know where else in the world you can buy money in bulk and get a bonus. It just doesn't exist, right? So if anything, they charge you a bunch of service fees and you get less than what you put into it. It's absolutely revolutionizing as fast as we've been growing. I'm so proud of you guys for what's been going on in this pandemic. We showed to the world with pandemic-proof business. This product, the Opulence currency, will make transactions so seamless, so easy. It'll save you so much money. We're going to go through this in a minute. And I just love the word freedom. I love words like independence. That means you're not dependent on something else for your affairs to go through. You're not dependent on someone else to say yes before you can get things done. You're not dependent, you're independent. I don't know what is the price for that. I mean, it's priceless, right? The fact that you don't have to walk on the same hot coals that the rest of the world walks on, being at the mercy of a banking system or a merchant system, save a ton of money on service fees. I mean, it goes on and on and on. So I think Opulence Global, we started as Canada's largest fashion house, award-winning celebrities, all this, which is great, glamorous. But then we got into health, safe home revolution. Let's just go out there and give people a safer way, and to get away from, things are killing us daily. And that by itself, now we got two major things, and nobody has both. But it's become more than that now. It's now becoming in this platform. It's chosen people on the island where we're coming out with solutions that takes away more challenges out of your way for you to live your life easier, do your business easier. You know, with the pandemic protection kit record card that's coming out now, you say, hey, you know what? I got this. Next October, I got this. Our company's got this. So it's become more than that. It's become protection. It's a community to belong to, a company that looks after you. So I'm really excited. The Opulence money puts it all together. Because everything we talked about, all these products, you're still dependent on the merchant system and banking system for it to get done. So we got everything that we've got. Now we give you a platform that separates you, makes you independent from those platforms for you to get your stuff done and get your products you need and launch people and all this stuff. How good is that?
And
How good is that? Go ahead, Danny.
Ramin, and also this takes me to our day-to-day operation side, where we face those challenges with the clients. It's like, oh, I only have this, like you were saying, oh, my CVV code is wrong, or maybe I put the wrong billing address and I am using the same billing address. Sometimes we have even three-way calls with their banks, and sometimes the banks can't even figure it out. And we are trying to help partners on this side, but they are just facing all these challenges based on the banking systems of their own countries, plus the time zones. It is crazy. I love what you said about the word freedom, having that flexibility. And I truly believe that our opportunity gives them exactly that freedom to choose. Sometimes we don't even know what we want, right? So I love that from the Opulence currency side, and I think they're going to be
You know what,
blown.
Danny, you know what? I think you brought up a good point. Why don't you share with us some of the challenges that you hear? Because you guys every day, you guys are swamped with orders. And I know Greg and all these people, they're constantly trying to help people for the payments. And share with us some of the challenges that we're having in day-to-day transactions.
Absolutely. Well, the number one challenge we have right now is Visa debits. Obviously, people who don't have credit cards and are using their current checkings account and their card has a Visa logo, they can actually use it for online transactions. But what happens is that most of those companies, if they are not compliant with Visa, what happens is they are not authorizing these cards for recurrent transactions. So what happens is that, when they are trying to place their order for Smart Buy, the software will not be able to read those cards and process the transaction for them. So they have to do a manual call. We have to help them manually. And that's just because they don't have other ways. But today we're going to show them, Ramin, all the possibilities, the method payments that we are currently accepting directly through the software. And like you said, freedom gives them that. If they are creating income in their business, they have an Opulence Visa card from the business, they have an e-wallet from us, they will have access to all these capabilities without having to go through all these issues. The second issue is that, of course, maybe they moved. So maybe before they live in a different province than when they're living right now, or if we have a lot of partners that are constantly traveling. So most of the time they forget which address they registered their credit card with. So if the billing address doesn't match your information as of today, obviously for security reasons, as you know, there is lots of fraud online and people stealing credit card numbers. That is the reason why our software, Ramin, is very, very safe and secure. We do not store credit card information. So we cannot go back into what you put 6 months ago. You have to just re-input the entire information from zero. And of course, sometimes customers who are not in front of a computer or they don't have access to internet, it's easier for them to just pick up the phone and give us a call. Our PBS team is excited and is always happy to help you, but those are the challenges we face on a daily basis.
I find it very frustrating that you buy a debit card, it's your own money, it's prepaid, and then you have all these restrictions on it. And it's ridiculous. Now I guess there's some risks for them and so forth, but I remember
And
Cyrus, he always wants these cards so he can go buy this game. He does games online, he buys all this stuff. I don't know what he does. So, so I don't give my credit card because, when he was smaller, he's okay now, but when he was small, he didn't know. But they offered to buy, just buy. So I gave him these debit cards. I bought it from a gift card. And I remember one time his account got frozen. I said, why is it frozen? We called Apple. And they were saying that, well, although it was a Visa debit, I guess somehow he bought something he went through. So they wanted him to pay for it. But I said, look, so as a parent, I said, look, the reason I put in the Visa debit so he'd be limited to what he can spend. And they said, anyways, we had to pay extra couple of $100. So again, there's a lot of challenges with the traditional way, the current way the world operates. And Opulence money takes all of that away, all of it away. I'm excited, Danny. So let's talk about it.
Absolutely. So we talk about, that freedom. And Ramin, talking about the achievement number 2, I truly believe that this is just going to give that flexibility to partners around the world, where this is going to be independent from the banking, from the regulations, from those fees. Because mind you, all these prepaid cards have a lot of fees. That's how they are able to sustain the product, right? Whether you're putting money in, money out, how many transactions, if it's online, if you're having, access to the cash, if you're going to an ATM machine, it's just a bunch of fees. But with Opulence currency, you can use it globally. It's instantly. People will be able to see it reflected in their back office right away. So like you were saying, it doesn't matter if it's 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning on one side of the world, let's say Singapore and Philippines. In the other side of the world, we have, for example, Filipino partners in Scotland and United Kingdom that because they are halfway, they can still have access to this right away. They don't have to wait until we wake up, come into the office to help them do these transactions. And it's basically really going to work like if it was cash, like if it was your credit card, and you just have to bulk it there. We have amazing surprises for the team. And the most amazing part, I truly believe, when it comes to exchange rates, we haven't even talked about that. But look at the dollar right now with this pandemic, Ramin, even Canada versus United States dollar, it's so big, the difference, that if you're using your credit card to pay US dollars, all of a sudden you're thinking you're buying something for $20, your bill comes almost $40, right? In Canadian. So the exchange fees are killing a lot of people around the world too.
Well, that's important because every time we're a global business. We in 200 plus countries and territories. So every time we're in Canadian dollars. So every time you use a credit card now, and your currency is different, then you have to pay the exchange fees. And then MasterCard has their own fees, your merchant has their own fees. And again, there's all these middlemen in the middle that's just, they won't get paid. But again, amongst the many things we're going to talk about, how it saves you so much money, the Opulence currency, it saves you so much money because when you buy it in bulk, for example, it never expires, right? By the way, we should put this on the slide, Danny, that it never expires, right? It's always going to be there. So you could use it anytime you want. So if let's assume you're going to do 12 smart buys in a year on your card, that's 12 charges. 12 charges minimum, right? And there's 12 exchange charges, transaction charges, 12. I don't know if you look into those statements. I mean, our card's no different because we use an external company. And if you look at your banking statements, you see how many different fees are there. There's a monthly fee, transaction fee, cancellation fee, whatever fee. I mean a bad mood fee. There's all kinds of stuff there, right? So if you go buy your, Opulence money up front, and many of you ask, can I pay for my 1 year in advance for my smart buy, right? Now you can do that with Opulence money because one time you buy it, there's no exchange fee. Well, there would be one time on your card if you bought it, if someone else bought it, whatever. So you do it one time and use it 12 times, 100 times. So it saves you tons of fees on every single transaction. Continue.
Fantastic, Ramin. So first of all, I wanted to reiterate how this is going to be an amazing addition to your daily transactions with Opulence Global. Currently, we're obviously accepting major credit cards like Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. We had added back, just because, popular demand in certain countries is that you can now pay us through Western Union. So this is a phenomenal tool. And it's back because, you had asked. I always tell you, we're always listening. So now it's back into your payment methods. You can go to Western Union, deposit the money. The only difference is that using Western Union payment method, it takes from 5 to 7 business days. We still want to give you the tool, but obviously it's not the most convenient because some people, like, for example, today, you know, one day before the end of the month, we have people qualifying for MGRS and doing things. So if you still want to place an order and do, you know, immediate transactions, Western Union will not be that. And of course, your Opulence Visa card, which the moment you put money in your e-wallet, you can transfer, you can definitely use the Visa card as a payment of method, you know, for the recurring. But for that, you use the e-wallet as well. So before getting into all the meats and potatoes of the Opulence currency, I wanted to reiterate the team, you know, the types and all the flexibility we have in order to get your orders, your smart buys, your renewals, all the transactions from your back office done promptly there. So we wanted to release this, Ramin, in different phases, but you are always so generous that you said, okay, team, let's get it already, put all the phases together. So the phase one, which is actually, they're all actually going to be ready for you this coming Monday. It's the ability to purchase Opulence currency. This is going to be an easy and simple process that when you go into your back office, you click on Opulence currency, shop now, and you're going to have this little SKU, same as you were buying shopping credits, and you will be able to purchase in advance. $1, $2, 500, 2,000, 5,000. And I'm about to show you the bonuses that are an incentive for the launch and the release of this product. So starting Monday, you are going to be able to have the ability to purchase Opulence currency. That's going to be step number one. Phase number two, also available this coming Monday, is the ability to transfer Opulence currency to VIP shoppers and brand partners globally. This is huge. Because let's say I am in Canada, I don't want to give you my credit card and you are my partner in Singapore. I'm not going to give you my credit card, but you can pay me, send me the money with Western Union, with whatever. I get the cash from you. I can send you right away Opulence currency so that you can finalize the transaction online without any type of hassle, issue, fees. I love what Ramin said, the bad mood fee. It's just simply, promptly, and done.
But let me talk about this a little bit. Let me talk about this a little bit, Danny, because I know we have this emerging Muslim community right now, which is awesome to see. And I know even in my country, they use, a lot of people don't have credit cards, they use this thing called Havala, where it's like Western Union type of thing, right? They send money to each other. And so now this becomes such a godsend for them, because Havala, you have to go find somebody who does it, send it, and you know, it's just like Western Union. But here, somebody can buy this Opulence money in bulk and they do transactions instantly, 100 transactions, no Havala, no fees, no nothing, no banking restriction, there's no nothing. You can do it right here very quickly, and that community is gonna love it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the best part is that, Ramin, I can have now control to help partners who feel that they still are stuck at home. I can't even go see them. Maybe in countries like, for example, St. Lucia or Philippines, when there is complete lockdown, I can't even go to the bank. This is going to help partners streamline their business and still run it successfully, still qualify for MGRS. You still have one more day. It's just going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Next phase, ability to pay for new shop launches, new upgrades, monthly smart buy orders, and annual renewals, as well as all product orders, including promo material. And this is huge, Ramin. Huge, because now you are going to be able to streamline it directly from your shopping cart. The software is going to show you if your order, let's say, like in this example I put, it's $54.69, and I have enough balance in my Opulence currency to cover for that order. Boom, I can just use my Opulence currency, no e-wallet, no credit card needed, nothing else. I can select it as a payment method, and I can select to use my Opulence currency balance for that particular order. One thing I want to clarify and reiterate, in the beginning, only the entire transaction can be done. We cannot do split payments so far. The team is working on that. But of course, if someone, let's say, wants to launch their shop, they're not going to pay you half of it. They're going to give you the entire amount. So we're considering that you will have the entire amount to cover for that order. And then obviously, if you don't have enough to cover for a particular order, then you can just use your Opulence currency to buy shopping credits, for example. And then once in the Opulence platform, all the CVs and the PVs are going to be pushed up in the binary system. So I really like this option, Ramin, because basically all the capabilities of your Opulence global business can be now done with Opulence currency as well.
You know what, Danny, all these other things as well, because pretty much anything your cash can do, this can do. What if it was a convention? You could buy a convention ticket. You know, if it was a boot camp, pretty much everything you could use this for, because for every transaction, it's the same set of challenges for your team. This eliminates all those challenges for all the time for all your team. This is beyond you can understand now. Until you start using it, they start to realize, wow, your life becomes so seamless. It's almost like, you know, walking versus driving, right? You could walk somewhere and it takes longer and you get tired and stuff, but you'll get there. But you can just jump in the car in the comfort of your air conditioning and get there. And that's the type of analogy that I'm going to use. How simple this transaction will become.
Absolutely. The best part, Ramin, is that if you have partners in a different time zone, in a different country, you are definitely going to be able to just tap into your back office, transfer money to that partner or to that VIP, help them place the order, and you don't have to worry about it. Forget about calling the office, forget about having to find somewhere that you can add your Visa debit. I see this challenge every single day. Forget about that. Just get some Opulence currency in advance, buy it, have it in your back office, use it for anything you want in your business, whether it's your smart buy, your renewal, your orders, help a partner, pay, I see sometimes people are calling the order line, for example, new VIPs, and they forgot their username, and now they're trying to help them, and then because they are not in front of a computer, they cannot add a credit card. Like all these things that we go through on a daily basis is going to help your team. Now, I'm going to look at the leaders that are always helping their partners and the team to accomplish things. So let's say someone in St. Lucia, like Bernicia, Cuthbert, Arthur, or I see, for example, in Toronto, Maria Baptiste, Maria Madam, they're always helping their team. They're calling, they're doing three-way calls, trying to help them with Opulence currency. Don't worry about it. You're not going to have to be on the call. You're not going to have to be waiting. Like, it's just going to be amazing. You just have the money in advance, transfer to the person, give them enough to place the order, and then you will deal with with the situation independently. I just think I can totally see people, for example, in Mexico using this, team in the Philippines using this, anywhere in the world, honestly.
Absolutely. I want to go back to that first slide when you finish, just to go over those points. It's imperative that people understand how life gets easier with this. Even for me, you can imagine how much we spend on credit cards. And had our Amex send out the bulletin saying that when the pandemic happened, they said that, we're going to put a freeze on, because our Amex has got no limit on it. So they're going to put a freeze on the spending, but if that affects our business, then we need to call them. We need to call them to let them know and make a case of it. My point is, though, if somebody like us, the credit card companies will keep on evolving, not for the better, for the worse. The banking regulations will keep on evolving, not for the better, for the worse. Mm-hmm. So we're probably 3 to 5 years ahead of the toughest times, but that's just how we do things. We're ahead always. So you're gonna love it now. You're gonna love it even more next year. You're gonna love it a lot more 2 years from now. And just like the Fountain of Life, it was 2 years ahead of the pandemic. We're gonna talk back 2 years from now and say, thank God we released this currency, because it just, whatever financial, economical pandemic that happens, we're not going to be affected by it. So going back in this list, I just want to make sure that we people understand the benefits of it. We talked about it's independent from the banking. That's the number one point. You got total freedom. Regulation, total freedom. The merchant processing companies, they're all different. So we use three of them. So although your card might work on one of them and you have no problem, for some reason, the second one, because we use different payments for different processors, it becomes a problem. Global use. I mean, you don't need to even have a bank. If you happen to live in an island that has internet and you're the only one on the island, guess what? You can do Opulence Global Business. So you don't even need a bank. That's how vastly, because it is an internal system. It's completely independent from any country. It's instant. There is no other way in the world. Well, there's one more way. You can transfer funds instantly, and that's Opulence Global Black Card. So you can do that with a Black Card, but now you can do that with Opulence Money. Instantly, 2 o'clock in the morning, you want to send to 20 different places. You can share your Opulence Money and get your job done, your business done, moving forward. Mm-hmm. It has all the benefits of a credit card or cash, except plus ton more. So everything a cash can do, a credit card can do, it does. Plus, it can do a ton of things that a credit card cannot do. There's no way in the world for you to instantly send money anywhere. You have to do wire transfer or in Western Union or something like that. Now, with Western Union, you have to go there. You have all kinds of regulations you got to follow. It takes a couple of hours or whatever. It's fairly quick, but there's a lot of work involved. And there's limits to it. Wire banking takes days to do. Again, lots of regulation. Here, zero. Zero is good. You're in full control. How much, when, where, how it gets done. So buying in advance is great. You don't have to worry about currency fluctuation, right? We know what the world is happening, and so you buy in advance. It will never lose its value. It doesn't matter when you use it, right? So you got that. You got the security knowing that doesn't matter what happened to the forex market. The Opulence currency has its own value that is already established. Mm-hmm. So we talked about fees. Again, if you're going to be in this business for the next 5 years, just on your transaction fees with your product orders, with your smart buy orders, with your whatever. I mean, you do you know how many transactions you do. You do a ton of transactions. Every time you place an order or do something, how much money is that going to save you on those transaction fees, right? Mm-hmm. So for internal transactions, use the Opulence Money. For external transactions, use Opulence Black Card. So use our Black Card. Now the Black Card has fees, but again, it has many of the advantages that the Opulence Money has. Instant transfer globally, all the stuff that you don't have in a regular credit card, and it is our own card. Everyone will get one. So the CV, it will get pushed up based on, it's no different. It's like how it is right now with your credit cards. Whenever you actually buy something with that, so when you buy the Opulence Money, there's no CV being pushed up, just so you know. There's no CV, no PV when you first buy it, because all you're doing is buying currency. It's like you getting a new credit card, right? But when you redeem it, because the CV portion is different for anything you buy, as you know, F-All is different from the skincare lines. So we don't know what you're going to do with the money yet. But when you do redeem it, the same PVs and CVs apply as you use a credit card. So, except it's up to upfront, it gets done at the end when you actually redeem it. So, if you have to sum it all this, and I did say that it never expires, okay? And if we have to, we'll see how it works out. I mean, there's always things that comes up that we don't think about. I don't think there's going to be any restrictions of any sort, because obviously, unless it's abused somehow, somewhere by somebody, we'll see if we have to monitor it better, because it is such a beautiful platform, and but I'd like to just sum this whole list up by saying total freedom, total independence. And I think this is now becoming the mission of Opulence Global, which is freedom and independence.
Mm-hmm. So Ramin, I knew this question was going to come up because once the money that you invest into Opulence currencies there is for the Opulence global platform. It's not to be taken away or put in your Visa card or put in your e-wallet and then just do transactions with it. It's only for the Opulence currency section, and it's only to be used for Opulence global platform. So the moment that the Opulence currency is within the platform, you cannot take it out if it's not within Opulence. So I just want to make that very clear. So that's actually probably the only one transaction that you can do. It's put it into your e-wallet, because the money in the e-wallet, you can take it out into your iPayout or your Visa card. The Opulence currency, it's only to be used within Opulence. I just want to leave that clear.
I do want to say, I saw a question, it can be converted back to cash? No. I mean, it's just like a shopping credit. No,
Yeah.
you buy it. But you know what? It's an easy thing. You can always sell it to your team members now, right?
Mhm.
It's not like a shopping credit. It's money. People can use it for anything they want. You can always sell it to one of your team members. You don't even have to be team members. Within Opulence Global Family, anywhere in the world, you can talk to anybody, not in your team. Say, hey, I got some Opulence money for sale. Who wants it? And then I'm sure somebody would say, maybe you lose 10% on it or whatever. You can always negotiate that out. But at the end of the day, you can sell it and convert it into cash within the Opulence global community. There's always somebody, look, we're going to give you a bonus now, and everybody loves it. You know, basically, if I had a bunch of things, for some reason I wanted to get out of this business, I said, okay, your bonus is 5%, I'll give you 10%. Who wants it? You know what? You'll have 50 people calling you. Say, hey, you go put a bidding war going on over there. See who's, because it works just like cash. There's never going to be a difficulty of redeeming it into cash. Now, one thing I do want to talk about this though, guys. Be responsible with this. You know, we've seen this in the past with credit cards, where somebody uses the credit card for a bunch of accounts, be based on a promise that somehow they're going to get paid, and then it doesn't happen, right? So don't be too quick to pass this out unless you have a clear understanding that you're going to get paid somehow, right? If somebody makes, so be very careful. We've given you a tool that makes your life so a breeze. However, you paid for it. So just like cash, okay, if you're going to pass it out, because it's very quick to do now, just make sure that there is a clear understanding how you're going to get back. So don't come to us afterwards and saying, well, I gave it to this account, they never paid me back. I mean, we can, our compliance can look at this, and if there is a, proof, or that means that you got to have some type of document signed with it. If there's a proof, if somebody launched in LA with your money and you never got back, well, I suppose if you can prove that, what we can do is turn that LA account under your name, right? So because if you paid for it, if there is, you can prove that. That's a long compliance process we don't really want to go into. All I'm saying is be very careful, don't be too quick, because it's so easy to use to, put it out there and later on say, well, I lost all my Opulence currency because you just happen to give it to everybody, right? It's money. You've paid for it. It's money. You paid for it. So be very careful. Treat it like cash, basically. Treat it like cash. It's not all it's supposed to do, give you independence and freedom from the regulations and the hassles of doing commerce. That's what it's supposed to do, and it does. But don't be too quick to pass them out without confirmation of payment that you're going to get back. Another
And
thing you
that,
can
I mean,
do,
is also part of how you run your business. You're doing this as another resource to help your partners who are probably, in a crunch pit right now because of the pandemic, or they don't have access to, to go to the bank or whatever. And, do you really need to, place an order or do something within that? Some people are like, and I know this, for example, as an instance in Mexico, where people are used to have cash, or they just have, we call it, that cash that's under your bed mattress. And it's just that people are going to pay you cash, and then you're going to be able to do the transfer for them like immediately. So they can have access to that business platform and to run their business immediately. Not for you to go pay and then all of a sudden be like, okay, but nobody paid me back. So then the company has nothing to do with that. And like you said, that becomes a very long compliance process. These are just tools that when we design, the tools are for you to take advantage and help your partners, help your VIPs. not to take advantage of the system, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, I have 5 partners, 10 partners that owe me money because they never paid me. So
I mean, I could see people saying to themselves, you know, they're stuck in a bad situation, long weekend or something like that. The credit card's not going through, whatever. They say, go to the offline sideline, someone say, hey, look, based on trust or whatever it is, hey, look, you know what, can I borrow X amount of Opulence currency and I'll give it back to you on Monday or whatever. You can trade them, right? You can trade them that way. So it's unlimited what we can do. Somebody says on here wrote, you know, something about Bitcoin. You know what, Bitcoin's fine, except it fluctuates. There's no set value for it. So if you buy that high, can you imagine people who pay $25,000 for that, you know, and then it's down to 7,000, whatever it is. So at the end of the day, it works like a Bitcoin, except it's got so many advantages over Bitcoin, and because it's an internal currency and we have full control over it. So yeah, I don't think anyone on this call gets it yet. I've done this for 30 years. I know the challenges that I had to go through building teams globally with other companies. And I think the more you understand this platform, the more you're going to say, wow, how it revolutionized the way we do things in this company or on e-commerce, period. So, you know, Bitcoin, let's talk on a global platform. It's not accepted by everything or everyone, and actually very few people accept it when it comes to commerce, right? It's very, very few. So within the global platform, right? Well, Opulence currency within the Opulence platform, you can use it for everything, everything. There's nothing you cannot use it for. So it is so much bigger in our platform that Bitcoin is globally without all the regulation and the nonsense. So I'm really excited about this because I know you're going to get to appreciate this Sunday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when the office is closed and you're trying to qualify for MGRS or car program or something, and you're looking for solutions. And just like how FOL is our go-to solution for health, Opulence currency is going to be your go-to solution for anything that has to do with the comp plan. So it's pretty, I'm really wrapped up about it.
absolutely, Ramin. So I'm going to go to the part that everybody loves, which is the bonus. You know, everybody knows that when you come up with promotions, they are like so excited and we want people to take action and of course have a benefit from it. So part of one will be the bonus of using Opulence currency in the next month, where you actually get an introductory bonus. And this bonus is made for you to actually, I truly see it from the perspective that it can pay for your own shopping, it can pay for your own monthly smart buy, it can pay for maybe for your renewal, like for many, many different options, right? So introductory bonus goes like this. You can purchase up to 500 Opulence currency and receive 2% bonus. So based on the amount, the number that you put.
What? Free cash? What?
Free cash on top of it. Up to $1,000 and you will receive 3%, up to $2,500 and you receive 4%, and up to $5,000 you will receive 5%. So because I'm going to go back into the previous screen where I'll show you how you can actually buy it under your shop, because you can put dollar to dollar value. If you put $499, you will get the 2% of $499. But we're just different targets. So imagine yourself today shopping $5,000 in Opulence currency is an investment for your business. You receive $250 for free for you. That's almost 2 of your minimum PV qualifications for the month. And now it's within your Opulence platform. It is money that at some point you're going to use anyways. You can get yourself a nice shopping spree, you know, for the summer, whatever you want to do. And then you will have plenty of cash within the Opulence currencies platform to start helping people launch partners, upgrade partners, whatever it is.
This is limited time, folks, because this is costing me a fortune. So this is limited time. Don't get used to these bonuses, because obviously it's like me giving you cash, because that's what this is. You could use it for whatever you want. And just so I know somebody will ask this question, there will be no CV paid on the bonus. He didn't pay for it. There's no CV on the bonus. Somebody always asks that question. Do we get CV on the bonus? Well, it's free. There's no CV on that. But so again, you got how long is it? 30 days, Daniela, for the
Yep.
bonus?
This is an introductory rebate for from June 1st to June 30th. And just to make it very clear, because people are, I know these are, sometimes questions that we get on a daily basis. Can I use my shopping credits to buy Opulence currency? Well, of course not, because Opulence shopping credits are already within the platform. They already push up, CB and PV in the binary. Opulence currency is like money in the cloud that is not within the Opulence platform yet. So you cannot use your shopping credits like a cash transaction with your credit card. And we know, for example, a lot of partners who are using their credit cards in different accounts. This is going to help them to manage the money from one particular place.
So the month of
So,
June, so the month of June is the gold rush in Opulence Global, right? It's a gold rush. You got 30 days to go cash out as much bonuses as you can.
yep.
So there you go.
So, the most common questions is, can I use my e-wallet to pay for Opulence currency? Absolutely, yes. Remember, the e-wallet money is your own profits. It's your money that you have made within the company. So you can use your e-wallet, buy Opulence currency, and then you can use Opulence currency to transfer to other partners. Remember, with e-wallet, you can't do that. That's your money unless it's in your Visa card, and then you put your Visa card in your partner's back office or something. So this is not intended for, bonus buying and things like that are against the law. Is just to give you a tool to help those partners who don't have access to, the banking system or a credit card right away.
So one of the things is let's strategize about this. For example, because I built 4 companies as a distributor, just like you. So I know the challenge of building globally. So I would stock up on this thing because I know some people in my team in some countries. If I'm going to start a new market, whatever, they're not going to have a credit card. Maybe we don't know what this is. So I want to make sure that I'm always stocked up because end of the month, there's always somebody's going to call. Hey, maybe I want 10 people call for MGRS. And I want to be the go-to person people come to. Say, look, you know what? I'm going to send you some money and give me some Opulence dollars. I want to have that because don't forget, when they rank advance, you rank advance.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to be, so as an offline, again, be careful how you pass it out because one, make sure you get paid. I don't want to keep reiterating that's money, right? But unlike money, unlike credit cards that you could give it out and then because when you give out the credit card, then they have the numbers, you have to cancel the card, or it may be abused, or it may be compromised, whatever. It's so safe. You can't compromise. You can spend it, but you can't compromise it. So it gives you lots of options. But I want to be stocked up on this because not only gives me a bonus when I stock up on it, but it allows my team this extra backup that, hey guys, I'm here if you need something. So it is something that really works. Like part of the thing about this would be we have to think about this, Daniela. Maybe allow people to use a marketing bonus to buy this because a marketing bonus was designed to spend on your business. So it's not your money, it's for you to spend on your business, on your team, and so forth. So we can think about that, say, do we allow them to buy Opulence dollars with it? And now you can use your Opulence dollars to put promotions and bonuses and perks and incentives to your team. You can tell your team that, hey, whoever does X, Y, and Z, you're going to receive $100 Opulence dollars. So Jim Rohn always said the company always has its promotions. In our company, we call it Build Assist, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he said, although the company has its promotions, me as a leader, I also have my own promotions aside from the company promotions. So we give you all these platforms that you could have your own incentives and perks and based on your area, your team, with these things. Marketing bonus, certainly provided that before, but now through Opulence currency, it's a lot easier to incentivize, because you won't build momentum. Momentum is built through what we call blitz. You blitz. You can say, guys, a 30-day blitz, whoever does X, Y, and Z, get a bunch of LAs or whatever, qualify for this and that, and they're going to get Opulence money, right? So this allows you to put all these campaigns, blitz campaigns, and offer Opulence dollars. Now you got Opulence dollars flying everywhere. That's like a go start your own mini economy with this, basically. So it's if you get creative with this, if you can get creative with this, it's just limitless. How much momentum you can create with it.
Absolutely. Ramin, I know for a lot of the partners that are building their business right now, we are in momentum phase, for the past couple of years where we're having a massive, massive expansion. So a lot of new members are joining us. And for some of them, it's still, a new term to understand CV and PV. So just to give them why is this, and the reason why we put it here that basically CB and PB will only happen when they redeem it is because the Opulence currency is like money in the cloud to use within the Opulence platform, but it is not in the Opulence platform yet. PB stands for the money that you use to buy products. So when you redeem your Opulence currency for products, it pushes the PB and of course the CB value as well into your binary, for your organization, for your upline. So I just wanted to leave clarity for those who are new, who probably have no idea about this, and they're probably just started their business 5 days ago and they're just getting used to the terminology so that it's clear for them as well.
Well, the reason why it's done on the back end is because we don't know what the Opulence money is going to be used for. So if you bought like $1,000 of Opulence money right now, if you use it on FS, well, that's a 30% push up. If you use it on FOL, it's a 60% push up. So we don't know if maybe you're going to use your Opulence dollars just to buy promo material, tickets, or whatever. There's no push up on that. So because we don't know what you're going to use your Opulence dollars for, that's why the software will only know that when it's redeemed, what it was used for, what it was purchased with. That's when everything gets pushed up according to what they bought.
Let me check here. Yeah, so Renee was basically clarifying this when people go and shop or when they go launch someone or when they actually use the Opulence currency in something in the back office, that's when it pushes everything in the binary. It pushes the PV or the CV value, whatever it is. Perfect. So I guess from here, Ramin, this basically will cover up the Opulence currency aspect. And I don't know if the team wants to make questions before you release the surprise you have for the team.
Actually, yeah. Let's maybe ask some questions or comments. Let's give them some time, Daniel.
Yep. So yes, just to confirm and responding to the question from Charles, yes, Opulence currency doesn't have volume attached to it. It's until you redeem it for shopping credits, for launches, for purchases, for promo, for whatever it is, it's that it will apply personal volume and commissionable volume in the back office. Fantastic. Do we have any questions? Anybody that would like to ask anything, please feel free to put it on the chat.
Danny, I have people who have raised hands.
Let them write. Don't let them speak. Amarjit, if it's a question, just put the questions in the chat group so we can start the conversation.
Okay, thank you.
So this system is going to be ready June 1st. And the reason why is we don't release promotions over the weekend. So June 1st is going to be available in your back office. You will have access to make these purchases. So moving forward, you can have access to this.
This is going to be such a game changer. Just to be able to do business when you want, how you want it. Look, being in business is a challenge by itself, without external, interference. Imagine you go do everything right, and still be at the mercy of external organizations for these transactions to go through. And so this is where, that's what just happened today. Now it's up to me. There's nothing that can hold you back. If you don't have a credit card, find somebody in your organization who has one. Find a way to get them the cash and get Opulence points out of it. I highly suggest, back up your transaction with emails, just in case there's a mishap somewhere. So we know if you have to, have a grievance, then at least you have, don't say, well, I trusted this. No, there's nothing anyone can do based on those things. I trust this, I trust that. Don't do those mistakes, right? Whatever you do first, the transaction is done on email, they both agree, and then do your transactions together. But this, it just opens up so many doors. It speeds up the process so much. And I've never seen any company doing it 30 years. I believe you're the very first company, MLM, to have an internal currency, and I'm just jazzed by it.
So, for example, another great thing of this tool, Ramin, is that the transfers are immediately. I know Danny is asking. So when you buy with your credit card to the Opulence currency, it will display under your Opulence currency transaction, which if you see it right here, just let me show you. Oh. When you buy it, when you go here in your dashboard and you click on Opulence currency, you're going to be able to see your dashboard of Opulence currency of how much money you have in there. So then from there, you can do the transfers and see the current balance when you are ready to transfer. Okay. So for example, for those who are asking again, the question of PV and CB, PV is the personal volume. It's your personal purchases of product. That means cash transaction, or in this case, using your credit card or your Opulence currency. And the CB is that every dollar transaction that happens in your team and your organization generates a certain amount of volume, okay? That is called CB, and it goes and pushed up into your binary. There is another question here from Julia. Can you explain when launching a new LA, if I have the currency on my back office, how would I transfer to a new LA if they don't have a back office yet? Well, you will transfer to the VIP, right? So if you're launching a new LA of Julia, let's say you have the VIP account created, you will transfer balance from your back office to the VIP back office. And then when the VIP is about to launch, which is the next screen here, when they are upgrading to become an LA, you will see the Opulence currency amount available. But now remember what I said earlier. If you don't have the entire amount to cover, you will not be able to use Opulence currency. So you have to make sure that you are sending the exact amount that will cover for that particular upgrade or launch or order, whatever it is, okay? In Canada, can we do e-transfers? Absolutely, Teresa. E-transfer is another method of payment in Canada for Canadian bank accounts. Absolutely. So I have other questions here on the Q&A panel. Can the Opulence currency be used for smart buy payments? Yes. For membership renewals? Yes. You can see here on my screen. Can it be converted back to money? No. Once it's in the Opulence currency platform, it's only to be used within Opulence.
But you can sell it. You can probably sell it to other partners because it's like cash.
Yep.
The only reason why you want to turn it back into cash, maybe you decided you don't want to be active anymore. There's plenty of active people. They may say, hey, give me 5% off, then I'll buy it. Then whatever. You may lose just 5%, 10%, whatever. But it shouldn't be hard to be able to sell those.
Mm-hmm.
So do we have to apply before 30th of June? No, but there is a promotion before 30th of June.
Yes.
Is there expiration? No, there is no expiration at all. Just
Also,
like the shopping credit, it stays there.
Also, I see people asking, Henry, can I use my credit card? Of course. It's actually with your credit card. You need someone that have a credit card in the system to actually place the order. So you can just use your credit card to do the transaction. So some countries have restrictions on the amount of money to use when it comes to buying online or sending money outside the country. So how is this going to work for them? What is the workaround? So for example, I remember, Ramin, and maybe you want to talk about, when we were doing business in Nigeria, all of a sudden it is because of the horrible banking system that they had that a lot of people cannot run a business if they don't have access to something like this. Can you expand on it?
But this is exactly why we're doing this. because if I stuck in some island and they decide to shut down the banking system, okay, I will wire transfer somebody outside the island, well, upline or somebody you trust, obviously, upline and someone, and then instantly they would use that fund to get me Opulence dollars, and instantly it's in my account and I'm in business. That's the beautiful part, because it's independent from the banking system. So it doesn't matter what happens in your country, you can always find somebody anywhere else in the world to get you those Opulence dollars. So you either have you still have to send the money to someone, because you have to use Western Union, e-transfer, wire transfer, use credit card. You could still maybe have a family member who has a credit card outside your country. Maybe you can make a deal with them. At the end of the day, somebody has to buy these dollars. But once it's bought, there's no restriction. It can go anywhere and be used at any time by anyone.
So there is several questions, Ramin, that are popping up here in regards to, like you were talking earlier about how only certain companies or certain transactions can be used Bitcoin as a form of payment. So partners here are asking, for example, Opulence, if at some point are we using Bitcoin as a or any cryptocurrency like Ethereum to pay for Opulence global products?
No, we don't do that. Or we have a system called iPayout. You guys probably know this. That's how you get paid. Now, the iPayout system has a Bitcoin system in it. You can, but not to accept. But if you say I want to get paid in Bitcoins, your commissions, you can. iPayout has that system. iPayout is incredible. It gives you, it can direct deposit into your bank account in any country in the world in your currency. So you can use iPayout, you get paid in your currency, in your bank account. But of course, the government knows about that. Those are transactions. You can get paid through Bitcoin through iPayout. You can't pay us, but you can get paid. So your commissions. And so we're not getting into the crypto stuff, but this is why we have our own currency, because we want to use our own currency. We don't want to be getting into this, Ethereum and all this stuff like that. It has its own set of challenges. You accept something that's volatile in fluctuation. I mean, imagine you paid me with Bitcoin when it was at $25,000 and it went down to $7,000. I lose my shirt on. Or vice versa. You paid me to Bitcoin at $7,000 and it goes up to $25,000. You lose your your shirt on that. So no, we're not doing that. We like stability. We like things we have full control over, and that's our method of how we do things.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. So, Ramin, of course, we're a global business, and we might have new people on this call who have not probably know about the system. They were invited, and they are probably guests on this call. So, of course, we're a global company that have been doing business in over 200 countries and territories. This is a business. This is an e-commerce platform, so it doesn't matter where do you live in the world, whether it is Russia, Israel, Mexico, Cuba, St. Lucia, anywhere in the world. You just have to talk to the person who invited you, look at the packages we have, select the package that is best for you, and start building your business.
Danny, I see that Yael talking about translation. I tell you what, team, if in your country, I know Philippines is the same, and if you want this call done in your language, arrange it and we'll be there, okay? So in other words, if you want this call done in Hebrew, in Tagalog, in Hindustani, in Mandarin, whatever, just reach out to Danny and say, can we arrange this call for our country, and we'll get it done for you. In Swedish,
it's another AL. No problem. AL saying, I didn't ask about that. No problem. It's a different AL. And yes,
AL, you're the leader there. You're going to get the blame anyways.
So another question from Hilda Rosario, our partner in Philippines. If I buy our currency, can I use it on behalf of other Opulence member? Yes, of course. That's what the Opulence currency is all about, because we understand that people, for example, in the Philippines will love this platform. For all of those of you, you have a credit card, you make a purchase of Opulence currency, and then you use the Opulence currency to pass that money into other partners' transactions to help them if they don't have access to a credit card or to the banking system. Absolutely, yes. There is another comment here. Wow, this is certainly huge for our partners globally, especially the ones outside US and Canada. Absolutely. I remember the pain that we must deal with partners with no credit card or no payment system in the past. This is huge. This is one of our leaders, Sherry Sauramin. They're very, very excited.
So we have tons. Look, what I'd like to do, Danny, let's do our promotion or surprise, and then we open the lines. Let our people come and tell us this is a huge victory. I want to pass the call back to our people. I want them to, I get it. Not people are excited, but they kind of get it. You know, they don't really get it. They kind of get it. You know, but they'll get it more in 6 months, and a lot more in 2 years, and a lot more in 10 years. That's how, because how we separate ourselves, because the banking system is not getting easier. So some of you get it a little bit, some of you get it like at all, don't get it at all, but that's fine, you'll get it. This is one of the milestones in our 15-year history that it will completely revolutionize how we do business moving forward. So that's how big this is. In any event, why don't you let's go through what we want to talk about, and then we come back to our family here.
Fantastic. A lot of people understand that this when the partners can do transactions with their credit card and they are going through trouble. For example, a smart buy didn't go through, like anything, and you want to make sure you're protecting the volume from your organization. This is going to be huge and massive for those people who are probably, I see this very happening very often also with our Kenya team. If we have our Kenya leaders, they cannot agree with me most. You know, there's always could be something that the CV number was wrong, or you know, I don't have a postal code where I live, and you know, all of these regulations from banks. I think it's going to be amazing. I know people in Kenya are going to be super excited about this as well, Ramin, and it's going to help them. So I'm just going to go through. I'm going through the Q&A panel here as well on my phone, since I cannot see it from the screen. I'm sharing with you my presentation. This looks complicated. Are we actually progressing? For our anonymous attendee on this call, I don't know who you are, and I'm sorry, it's just showing your name as an anonymous person. But of course, we're actually progressing. This is an amazing news for people who are building their business, who are exciting, helping people, empowering leaders around the world. Of course, this is awesome. How do you order Opulence currency? As I just shared earlier in my slides, if you were on this call earlier, you're only going to have to go through your back office, click on their shop, select Opulence currency, and put the value that you would like to purchase to have access to transfer to other accounts. It's a very easy, simple, streamlined process for all of you. Everybody's waiting for the amazing news, Ramin. Do we want to share with them why are we a pandemic proof?
Before we do that, let me just, I'm not sure if you guys saw my live. I want to congratulate you, all of you. On the 25th of this month, not even at the end of the month, on the 25th of this month, I get a report. On my report, there's 3 years of data. So I can't go past 3 years. It's the last 3 years of data. On the 25th of this month, we set a sales record over the past 3 years. Like on the 25th of this month, we bypassed any monthly sale from past 3 years, and this happened in the middle of the pandemic. You know, I mean, talk about a pandemic-proof company. Talk about it. I mean, you've heard about record incomes, and I mean, it's just been up. We had the presenters club on the other night, and a bunch of champions, and they're all bragging about their checks being out the roof and all that stuff. You know, many people see record paychecks. You know, Efra and the staff and Ronan, and a lot of people are getting record. So at the end of the day, I'm here to tell you guys, you know, it just tells you. This is a progressive, agile, quick on their feet company, and we are one community. We have many firsts that we introduced to MLM that we've never seen before, and one of the main reasons why we saw all kinds of records is because of crazy build-assist promotion that we've had. which I think is the most successful promotion we've ever had in our history. You guys are feasting on that. And we take a look at our upgrade, or rank advancement ratio as of the 25th, we're at 1,780% higher than last year, 430% higher than last month. So it's just unbelievable how popular that Build a Seat promotion become globally. All of you guys. The last few days, Daniela and the team have gone absolutely nuts. Again, trying to get these transactions in, because much of the issues arise from payment transfers and those type of things, which now we even corrected that. So that makes our life a lot easier at the office, makes your life a lot easier. Lots of very nervous people trying to miss deadlines and those things, because of time zones difference and the weekends and so forth. Wow, what a day we just had today, because we eliminated all of those problems moving forward. So with that, Danny, let's move on to our next announcement. Danny, you there? I think we lost Danny.
Can you hear me? Hello, hello?
Now we can hear you.
Danny, don't get excited.
I am excited because what I was sharing is that in this pandemic,
I am actually sweating here.
Monisha is getting a heart attack.
I am sweating here. I say, oh my God, it's coming out. It's coming out.
you're thinking I'm giving the surprise, but the team is giving me the surprise on the chat group already. They're thinking already what we're about to release as a surprise. And I promised the Presenters Club yesterday that I was going to talk to Ramin, see how we can work things out for them. But really, it is because of you. It is because of you guys going out and out loud, above and beyond, talking to people and saying, you know what, we are in a pandemic-proof business. And here you go, the most exciting Build a Seat program ever. The
Holy shit, holy,
extended.
You
Look
guys,
at the chat, Ramin.
Thank you.
we had no choice. Our lines were jammed. You guys wouldn't let us work. We couldn't take orders. Everyone's asking for it. Vernicia harassed us 24/7. She sent people to our home, and our phones and fax machines. So you guys, wow, what you guys did, wow. I mean, I don't know how many phone calls, Daniela, you guys have to deal with this. And every day I get, can we extend it? Can we extend it? Can we extend it? I'm thinking, this is a massive thing. We don't extend promotions like this. And I did it for the pandemic. But it looks like you guys are having so much fun. We're setting records, income records, all kinds of records. And you know what? Mainly Canada Day is coming up. July 1st is Canada Day. So we said, you know what? We're going to have a Canada Day promotion. And we're going to do this one more month. We're going to extend it. So take us through that, Danny.
Well, for those who are new and they are just looking at this pandemic relief, maybe you actually joined this business because of the pandemic relief promotion. Congratulations to all of you for taking that leap of faith and saying, you know what, I want to do this. Basically, how it works is that you can get a shop. A lot of people were just, launching their e-commerce platform with Opulence Global, a global business that is done globally from your computer or your phone now, because as you know, we went mobile. We also have a mobile version for the business. And you can basically upgrade to the next higher level for 50% the price. So that means that if you are a retailer and you want to upgrade to lifestyle promoter, instead of paying $375, you only pay $187.50. If you are a retailer and you want to go out loud, which is what 99% of the people did this month, they upgraded to lifestyle advisor for only $637.50 in Canadian dollars. Obviously, all our platform is in Canadian dollars. But if you are already a previous lifestyle promoter and you want to upgrade to lifestyle advisor, you only pay $450. Remember, the new upgrades only include shopping credits. So dollar to dollar, what you pay, you receive in the same value of shopping credits wholesale. So I just love this. It's receiving your money to go buy whatever you want, build your business, get the products that you love, the products that you're actively selling, start building a business from your home. Full e-commerce platform is included for 50% the price. We have extended this promotion until June 30th. And I know whoever started to build their business with this promotion are going crazy. The chats are exploding. Everybody's so thankful to you, Ramin. They kind of knew about the surprise. Some of them knew, whoever is have asked for it. And I'm telling you, yesterday was super busy in the office because people were trying to get people qualifying. Bernicia just told us about another partner, 6 days in the company, already qualified for MGRS. I'm telling you, 6 days to qualify for MGRS. Who told you that in one day you can't do it? It is just amazing, amazing, amazing. And, I get questions about BQB every single day. Everybody, leaders helping their partners. I love it. I love it. I am very, very excited. And, this is what keeps us going, Ramin.
You know what? Let me just say thank you to you guys. A company is only a company because of you guys. We have something special here. I think it's more than a business. What makes you happy and makes me happy. Let's just say that whatever makes you happy makes me happy. As long as we can do it, it's profitable, it makes sense, for everybody. Then we're here to. We have a policy years ago. You guys know that you've been with me for a long time. Our policy, going back to 2005, we have a policy at the office, and our policy is, it's an unwritten policy because it cannot be done all the time. And an unwritten policy is find a way to say yes. So that's our policy. Find a way to say yes. And we can't do that all the time. But when it's possible, all week long, everyone's asking for it and we're being threatened by Bernicia. So, no, I'm just joking. But the point is, I see you guys loving it. I see your incomes. I get my list of income every Tuesday. Actually, I get on Monday, day before, and I see what you guys are doing with it. It feels amazing. So for me, when I did this company, you guys know this. If you've been with me a while, it was never about money. My life was good at 36 before I launched this company. It was about winning. So it wasn't. I don't have any aspiration being the richest man in the world or what. None of that stuff to me. Money's not important to me. It's nice. It's not important. What is important is winning. I'm a wrestler. I'm a world champion, combat, man to man, conquering. I want to win. And the only way we could win as a company is that you guys win. You guys are successful. It's not about, I don't have a board of directors. I'm not the chairman of the board. I don't have to pay dividends or check, put votes on anything. I make decisions that I feel like is best for the company, and it stops there. And because of those freedoms, sometimes I invest heavily into the company. Sometimes we lose money on certain things. We've done this many times. But I do it because I feel like it's going to benefit you. It's going to benefit the company. It's an investment into it. So we have some advantages here. I want to thank you for all you've done. You've made me so proud during this time of confusion that what's going on out there, the world is collapsing and people are confused and waiting for the government to come with solutions and people don't know what to do. Yahoo Finance put out yesterday that 40% of people who lost their jobs, they will not get it back. 40%. We're talking hundreds of millions of people lost their jobs. 40% will not get their jobs back. One of the worst situations we've ever faced in the last century. And here we are. We have no clue that this is going on. We have no clue this is going on because of you guys. So we have a part in this. You have a part in this. And together, we're just crushing it. So you're welcome. You're welcome. Welcome. I love you guys. Just go make use of it. Go make use of it. And Opulence money, I can tell you, you're going to get to appreciate later. I've done this for 30 years. I know what our challenges are building. To build a massive organization, I know what those challenges are. And it's almost always, a big chunk of it is fund transfer if you want to build globally, internationally. And we just solved a major problem the industry's always had. So maybe,
Exactly.
Dan, you want to open up the lines? Maybe start with our ranking officers here and put their hand up.
Hands up if you are, you know, one of our core leaders that would like to share something. I can't see. I would have to just stop sharing so I can see your
Hello,
Q&A.
hello, Danny.
How are you?
I had to interject and just start sharing my excitement. My goodness, the challenges are blowing up. I'm so excited. The whole entire call, while listening, getting excited. I've been on my WhatsApp. People are still enrolling. People are still getting the MGRs done. And of course, it's just truly amazing what you have released today. Of course, the Opulence currency is a dream come true. It's going to allow truly business without borders. And I think I can say on behalf of everyone, a huge, massive thank you to our most wondrous, CEO and founder of the company for always thinking, not just of, I think one of the biggest reasons why I followed Ramin for so many years is not just because he's thinking of the next year or 2 years or 5 years, ladies and gentlemen, we have a CEO and founder that's thinking about the next decade. I mean, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. He is thinking about, the next generation. So, we're in the right place. My excitement is just insane. I'm so busy trying to get people still getting their MGRS qualifications done. People are still enrolling new LAs. Again, just what a great way to wake my Saturday morning. So thank you so much. And turn it back to you guys. Thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Renee. If you would like to share something this morning, please raise your hand so we can actually unmute you. Hi, Mariam.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Ramin. You are God said that, all Ramadan we prayed and day by day. I cannot believe it. I was just, I didn't sleep the whole night trying to capture the 50% upgrade. And then we had a group from Benin.
You're breaking up, Mariam. I can't hear you well.
So we are looking forward. And on Monday, Danny, fasting on Monday, I'm calling you to get this in French. Upgrade it. So I'm looking forward. And everybody, guys, it's, if you can make it out, because this is free. Like it is free.
Thank you, Mariam.
Visionary. Since 2006, always you surprise us, and the surprise is excellent. I never seen surprise after surprise after surprise, and we're just going up right now. So we are honored to be in this company. And who is the new person here? Please jump on board. Don't think twice, even a minute wasted. So we're gonna run, and we are not stopping working. It's been a blessing to my family and myself, and saving money at the same time and making money. It's a blessing. So thank you, Romy, and thank you, the corporate.
Thank you, Mariam. We also have Ifra here. Hi, Ifra.
Hello, good morning, Danny. Good morning, Ramin. Hi, Amarjeet. And of course, to everybody else around the world. Goodness sakes. Oh my goodness. So the Opulence currency, I think everybody knew, well, maybe not everybody knows, but I totally agree with you, Ramin, when you said, I don't think you know the extent of how much this will change. As excited as I am, the next few months, the next few years, I know it will be even more of an excitement for me. So I just wanted to thank you so much for doing that. I'm so excited that it starts this Monday. That is awesome. Very, very excited. I know firsthand what we deal with. As you mentioned, in our community, there are a lot of people because of credit cards with the interest rates that they come with and everything. A lot of people are afraid of getting that, so that is why people stay away from it. They're like, I have the money, but I don't have a credit card. What do we do? So this is perfect. I'm so excited for what's to come. May has already been so crazy because of this pandemic and the extension. That's it, like hands down. I'm throwing my mic, my hat, my hijab, whatever. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ramin. You're just phenomenal. And of course, Danny and everybody else. I'm excited.
Thank you, Afra.
Awesome. I love it. Anybody else that would like to share this morning?
I see a lot of hands up, Danny.
I see here Irma. Irma, are you here with us today? Hello? Okay, we have Elaine. Elaine, can you hear us?
They have to unmute themselves.
I have given you access to talk. Hi, Elaine. Okay, sometimes they probably just put their
There's a long,
hand
long
up
list.
by mistake. Maria Baptiste, good morning.
Good morning and good afternoon to everyone around the world. Super, super, super excited, Mr. Ramin. Again, how can we say we just want to thank you so much for again. That what make you who you are. You are blessed and highly favored. It gives me privilege being part of this company from day one, where I trust in you, I believe in you, I believe in the company and the product, and it's what's happening right now. It's retransformation, and it is a game changer. I think this is on a whole new platform right now. That currency is gonna knock the socks out of every. It eliminates so many things, and again, as you say, independence and freedom. So we're excited. I'm super excited. I'm jumping up. I mean, I'm so happy with that, especially working in all these different areas you see around the world, like in the Caribbean and Africa and all that. Now people now have access. They don't have to worry about who don't have a credit card, who don't want to use their credit card. No, that is eliminated. We on a mission to make a difference, to change the world. There'll be no other company like Opulence Global. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate Daniela, our senior vice president, Sanaz Human, and all the leaders. Guys, let's run with this. Non-stop, unlimited, unstoppable. Let's make it happen to the billion. Thank you very much for having me on the call.
To the billion. Always pleasure hearing you. So much energy.
And we also have Henry.
Hello, Rami. Hello, Danny, Sanaz, everybody on the call.
Oh,
Yes,
how?
hello. Yeah, you hear me?
Hey, dog.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So thank you very much for everything you're doing, especially after hearing your story, because we are new in the company. We don't know the history, like some of the difficulties you experience, especially about the stop payment of the global payments. That was a really big moving story for me, because I understand the difficulties of business when you're running a business. When somebody telling you that you don't have a payment system anymore, it's such a big blow to the system. And it takes you 5 months to keep the business running, for everybody to be get paid, and then the product to be getting out to everybody. You use your own money to sustain the 5 months of the business for everybody to be still business as usual. So I understand the difficulties and then the challenges behind the payment system, and the payment system that now you have resolved that with a revolutionary idea of this opulence currency that made it so much easier, so much hassle-free. I was struggling with some of my people in the Chinese market, where they have difficulty putting in the state. It's the system is saying, oh, missing state. No matter how many times you try, you still have a problem with the credit card payment, because somehow there is a glitch in the credit company payment system that make it difficult, and then people get frustrated. So with this new system, it's going to make things simple, easy, and ready to go. Also, we save so much transaction fees. I have been changing my payment systems, the Visa debit card systems, almost 5-7 times, just to reduce the fee a little bit over longer term. But each time I change, I have to pay a couple $1,000s to get the new system. So with your introduction of the opulence currency, it just simply made everything simple. It's such a wonderful system. We have to be in the system long enough to appreciate it, to know the implication of how much of a big revolution we are making in the company. I thank you for all of that, and I also thank you with our people for the thing that you did for all of us. Thank you.
Fantastic. I love that excitement, Henry. I know this is going to help tremendously your team as well. And Ramin, there is some questions in regards to CAR program. I know our partners have been going and working relentlessly with this. I've been bombarded with this question. And our Queen of the Caribbean, Bernicia, is asking you, can 3 LA upgrades from retailer equal a full LA for the CAR program? You know,
Well, the CAR
Bernicia and her
program
idea.
the CAR program has other criteria, right? You need a CV, right? You need CV, well, you need some PGV, right? So let's look at that, Danny, when I'm in next week and see if there is a way, because CAR program, here's a problem, guys. I love giving, but here's a problem. This comp plan is not like other comp plans where, as you know, if you don't, you should know, and that's my biggest problem with the whole industry the last 30 years. Comp plans are loaded with what I categorized it, named it comp plan contradictions. That means 20 years ago, I did seminars on this, and I guess this is why some of the leaders in MLM didn't like me too much, because I'm the comp plan guy in the industry, and they said, for me, you shouldn't be saying these things as a comp plan guy, but it's true. What other companies do, they throw a bunch of bonuses, and the criteria to qualify for these bonuses are different. So you're always in conflict. Which one do I go for? Because if I go for this one, I miss this one. If I go for this one, I miss this one. That's loaded in every comp plan. It's done on purpose. So I give it a name, terminology, comp plan contradictions. So we don't have any of that in our business. All of qualification is stacked above each other. So, you know, what you go for MGRS, that almost gets you the car, and so it all very much, we have no comp plan contradiction. That's why many of you, so many of you, when you go for a car, you automatically get the MGRS. That doesn't happen in other businesses. Or some people are going for an MGRS, they just grew so fast, they actually got the car. On top of that, that only happens here. So because the same attributes is paying you multiple places, we have to be very careful on how we add extra stuff on top, because if next you know the company's not profitable anymore, we're already probably the least profitable company on the planet already anyways. With all these businesses, promotions, all this stuff that we do, you know, I put a massive amount of revenue into you, I invested into you. So we'll take a look at it. We have to bring in the revenue to support it. Now, if it's doing that, then I'm okay with it. Look what we did with MGRS. First, there was only one way to call for MGRS. And it was 2 ways. Then it was 3 ways. Then it was 4 ways, right? So as long as, you know, the revenue's there to support it, I'm up for it.
Hello.
Awesome.
Mr. Rami, we can't hear you well. Your sound is a bit funny.
We also have here Obdulia.
Can you hear me?
Yes, how are you?
Very good. Good morning from California. Thank you, Ramin. I have to second everything that Henry just said. You know, when the benefit, like, I mean, the benefits by having our opulence currency is going to be simply, is somebody talking?
Who's speaking in the background?
They just get themselves to unmute and yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, no, I'm just saying, like, you know, what he said, it's completely true. Like, you know, just going through the transactions one time and another time, then the zip code not matching, then this is not matching. And when you launch in a new person, you know, we're going to avoid all of that frustration, all of that, that is totally out of our hands, right? Because it's not like we're doing something wrong, or new LA is doing something wrong, or the money's not there. It is there, but there's been so many conflicts with the debit cards and credit cards, and by just these, you know, having the opulence currency, you know, accessible, it's like, it's just making our business so much easier, so much, you know, to the point, less stress for everybody. So I just want to thank Ramin for doing that. I just want to thank everyone in corporate for making this happen. I totally agree with everything that the other leaders share about all the benefits just by 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 having these amazing tools that is our Opulence currency. So thank you again, and of course thank you, Ramin, for the extending the pandemic relief. I'm really excited. I know I told you, Danny, I'm going to be in Mexico in the next few days, and I'm going to be launching new people in Mexico. And in fact, I want to do the currency, the Opulence currency, because they don't have credit cards, they don't have debit cards, so it is going to be definitely very beneficial for many countries outside of Canada and USA. Thanks again.
Well, Abdullah, good to see you, sweetie. You'd be happy to know, through the iPayout system, one of the ways that iPayout pays is through EXO, right? So that's pretty cool, because I know EXO it's like a Western Union in Mexico. They're in every corner store, right? So now
Yes.
people can use EXO to send money to each other and get Opulence currency, right? So it's very easy in Mexico now. Boom, 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 money's gone, Opulence currency comes in, and you do business.
Awesome. And we also have Eyal from Israel. Eyal, are you here with us?
How can I not be? Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Thank you, Ramin. Thank you, Daniela. Thank you, Amarjit. It was an amazing, surprising webinar. And I'm speaking on behalf of most of the people here in Israel and around the world that they are not participating in the webinar for their religious reasons. Anyhow, one of the requests is as soon as possible to upload the webinar on the website so they can enjoy the good news. And
Sure.
this step of the Opulence currency is incredible, enormous tool that, you know, since Daniela or you announced it, my mind is working and working to find solutions, because even you have a MasterCard, the MasterCard, a normal MasterCard, not a debit, a normal MasterCard is not going through because they don't allow, in Israel at least, they don't allow web or international transactions. It's blocked immediately. So I have to call the accountant and to ask them for myself and other people to approve the transactions and to make the payments. So this is a huge relief in all aspects. People in countries, here in our country, for example, I can tell you, we have a app that you can transfer money from each other immediately. So he transferred me the money, I transfer him the money in the Opulence currency, and that's it. It's take 5 minutes. That's it.
Yeah.
Done. It's just amazing.
Thank you, Eyal.
So much, all of you.
Well, Eyal, thank you for sharing, because Israel is one of the most advanced countries in the world. And if you guys are having that issue there, you can imagine everywhere else. So it is a global problem. It's an e-commerce problem. And so thank you for sharing that. Just so you know, Eyal, the PowerPoint will be there, but better than that, the link for this webinar, you should get that link, have your own Hebrew call, play the webinar, and then stop it and translate it. So you capture all of it. So the link for the webinar is also going to be available.
Yeah, it's always remembered under the playlist of training or Saturday live training in our Opulence Global YouTube channel the following Monday, okay? And we also have Nancy Nicole here from Scotland or United Kingdom. Are you there, Nancy?
Yes, hi Daniela, hi Ramin, hi Marjit, and everybody else in the call. Good day to everyone. So
hello.
It's just amazing, really amazing. You know why? I had been asking Miss Grace in the office if I can use my e-wallet for the payment of my friend who is going to come into the business, but she was locked up in the subdivision because there were 4 positive, COVID positive, and they were locked down. so she can't go out to deposit the money. So I'm trying to do something this afternoon, but I still keep, wishing in my mind that I could use my money in the e-wallet. And besides, that money will be staying there because I've been in the Philippines and using my bank account in the Philippines and not the UK, for some reasons. So I cannot use it because my family name there was in my maiden name, and I'm using my married name in my new passport. So it was really complicated, and I just wish I could use the money in my e-wallet. I'm a new business partner here. I just joined mid-April, so I started the business on the first week of May. So I'm just excited because I was really wanting to use that money to enlarge my tent. You know what I mean? And I found the system very doable, and I found this currency very helpful, and now my business is easy peasy. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank you, Nancy,
Listen,
for sharing.
I remember you. I think you're fairly new with us and in the UK.
Mhm.
Welcome home again. I'm glad you spoke, and I love people just jump on board and then just come out and speak out in the public forum. I love that. I do want to reiterate that these bonuses, folks, this is purely off my profit bottom line, so it's not going to be there after this month. I just want to don't get used to it. Just don't get used to it. It's not part of the deal. It's a build assist. It's not part of the deal. Just want to make sure that that's clear on that.
Absolutely, Ramin. And we also have our business development manager in Opulence Global Philippines. Rico, how are you?
Hi, Danny. Hi, Ramin. And this is really a wonderful news for particularly for people here in the Philippines. As Miss Nancy has said, probably we may not have understood all the dynamics when it comes to this Opulence Global, but I believe that this is the one that can truly help us, especially in this time that, as Miss Nancy has said, we are in a total lockdown. But I know that this coming June, it's going to be crazy because, as you know, even the lockdown hasn't been lifted. This past few days, the partners are really stepping up, and especially with this pandemic relief promo, we have had NGRS, we have had LAs coming in right now, and especially with the currency that will be coming out very soon. I assure that our partners, particularly in the Philippines, that this will be a lot of help for us. The thing that I appreciate so much is that our CEO never stops finding ways on how we can get better and better each and every single day. And coming from a company that is passive, just accepting what it is, adjusting to what it is, here we are finding solutions to every need that we have so that we can go to that billion goal that we have here. Okay, so I just want to send thank you to Ramin for always being a great leader for us, and for being also very generous on the things that always he can give. He always thinks about how we can get better as well. So I'm sure that this currency will help a lot, especially here in the Philippines. And at the same time, this pandemic relief promo, partners, it's time for us to rise and shine. So thank you so much, Danny and Ramin.
Awesome. Thank you, Rico. We also have Ronan. He's one of our partners that he's actually in Thailand. Ronan, can you hear us okay?
One second, Daniela. To Rico, by the way, folks, if you're new, Rico is a business development manager in Asia. He's basically he does pretty much what Daniela does on the Asian side. He's one of the most professional people you ever meet. I know the Philippines, you guys had an amazing start, and this pandemic caught you off guard, but I see you guys are making the comeback. So good to see that. Excited for that. Starting to get his reports coming in daily that you guys are, your president was pretty blunt when he said, what he said. So I get it where you guys were kind of scared, but now, look, you're back on track again. I look forward to see you guys on next night of the Star, because get you in the top 3 where you belong, and we're here for you. All right, let's take it back to Ronan.
Hi, Ronan. Can you hear us okay?
Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Awesome.
What an exciting call. I love Super Saturdays. So let's have a bit of a summary. So we start as a fashion house and we completely blow it out of the water compared to all other houses, taking over the world with 21, 19 karat gold, with palladium, silver. I mean, and after that, our CEO decides to go into the world of beauty. Of course, once again, being a world champion, he goes and blows this out of the water, and we come out with the number one $500 shelf product that is equal to about $3,000 for anyone else to try and do it. The best anti-aging there is really on the planet for this kind of income, for that kind of money. Then we go into health, and we, of course, now we own the strongest antioxidant on the planet, strongest antimicrobial, and strongest anti-inflammatory. And through that comes the safe home revolution, which again, it just goes on and on and on. 2021, I'm looking forward to Shield. And then, of course, when we become not just a fashion house, but also a manufacturer of consumable and the world of health, now comes the most incredible compensation plan I have ever seen in the industry, with magic that really tells each and every one of us, stop being celebs. You're as equal as everyone that joined yesterday. Go and do your MGRS. And then we have the best car program in the world that gives the ability to accumulate it. It gives the ability to get double the money in shopping credit. I mean, everything that you see in this company shows you the greatest vehicle in the world. And now we have our own money and we are .com. So, I mean, there is nothing. Every month, this company just becomes more and more and more and more. So if there's anybody out there that is probably not on this call, because most people on this call, right thing, if there's anybody out there that is not on this call and wondering why they're not earning as much as most of us are, and I have to share, I've just spoken. I was trying to get a few more people on the call, spoken to a partner. Of course, I will not share names. And I'm asking, why are you not on the call? And they're telling me they're too long, it's 2 hours, my people don't have time to listen to it. I immediately wrote, I said, well, for things to change, first we must change Jim Rohn.
We lost you, Ronan. Okay, until we get Ronan back.
Hours of time. Sorry. Hello? Yes, I've lost you.
No, we lost you. After Jim Rohn's phrase.
After Jim Rohn, I said that he needs to get on the call for his own sake, not worry about his people, understand that if he gets on the call, his people will follow. But the most important message to everyone, if our CEO and owner has 2 hours to give us, how can we not be here to receive? How can there ever be a limit of a length of a time when someone that is 20 times more successful than myself is willing to sit and talk to me? So if our mindset is wrong, we will never be able to create a real business. Even if you're driving on the best McLaren ever been created in our industry. And this is what we have. This is why I'm here 6 years. So go out there. If there's anyone you know that is not on this call, please, you tell them from me that if they really want to do anything of success, they need to change their mindset. And I really want to say thank you to Ramin, to Sanas, to you, Danny, to every worker in Opulence that's working so hard to truly give us, the average individual, a true chance of financial freedom. And that doesn't mean to be rich. It definitely means to make 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 a week. Believe me, that is enough to live a great life. Thank you very, very much. This is the most exciting time this company has ever been, and I'm so grateful to be here. Back to you, Daniela and Romy.
Thanks, Ronan. I do want to say this, that Opulence Global, the only thing Opulence Global is a vehicle. That's it. It's a vehicle. It's a vehicle to take you from where you want to go to where you are to where you want to go. So the person you're talking about, if they don't want to drive the vehicle, that's the decision. You know, so if you're part-time, forget full-time. If you're part-time, you got to put in 12, 15 hours a week anyways. It goes without saying. So where are you going to spend that 12, 15 hours? You're going to spend 4 or 5 hours of it on a call like this. Now we're in a pandemic, so we're spending 12, 13 hours on the call. So if you have no time for this, then how serious are you? This is the second biggest achievement we've done in our history, yet someone's got no time for this. So let's just be clear about that. And those are people that we talk about in forensic that don't go say you tried because you didn't. So anyway, let's continue.
Awesome. We have also Mavis Teeth on the line. Hi, Mavis. Can you hear us? Okay. Anybody else? Oh, we also have Julian Paquette. How are you?
I am very good. How are you today?
Fantastic.
I want to say a special greetings to everyone. Let me just thank Ramin and the team for the extension. I can tell you that this means huge for Dominique and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. We have some young people that just joined us, and I can tell you the amount of messages I got saying, oh my God, I'm so excited, it's extended, and they have fire. So I have already made my decree and told them that this June month end, June 30th, I want no less than 10 LD1s coming from Dominica. So that is official. That is what
official, done.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep an eye on that,
That is
Julian.
what the extension means to us.
That's leadership.
You better, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Now, the opulence currency, oh my goodness, it could not have come at the most precious and opportune time. Because in Dominica, we're dealing with a little issue concerning customs, and I've already seen how the currency is going to lay this to rest forever. So this is awesome. The extension means a huge opportunity for the young people who just joined us, and we have more coming up next week. So you can already imagine what it's going to be like in Dominica next month, June. We're going to run with this. And the opulence currency, oh my goodness, it's the icing, it's the caviar, it's the cherry, and everything else you can think on top of the cake. So let me thank you, Ramin. Let me thank the team for this. This is huge. I mean, I don't even have 2 months in this business, and I'm already making more money than I'm making monthly working for the government of Dominica. I'm telling you,
I love it.
This is huge for us. Opulence Global is what's going to take Dominica out of the situation it is and put it in a better place. So thank you very much, Ramin, and thank you for the team, and thank you for giving me some time for me to express how I feel here so that the others can hear me as well.
Julian, looking forward to your success.
Welcome home. Welcome home. I hear a lot about Dominica. You guys are making a lot of noise. And in our company, noise is good. So congratulations.
That's it.
And you know what? You say that this was time for you. Well, really, it took us 15 years to do this. So you guys going at the right time. It took us 15 years to get this out. So good for you guys. Everything happens for a reason. It was meant for you to come at this time where we got a major shift from a traditional way of doing business to the new way called Opulence currency. Welcome home. We appreciate you guys. I look forward to coming down to Dominica, see a beautiful island, and meet your people and our partners.
Awesome. Thank you so much, team. Ramin, we got to get ready for our next call, but I want to thank you, every single one of you, for taking the time to be this morning with us, sharing about Opulence currency. We know this is going to take your business to the next level if you know how to use it wisely, and of course, if you take advantage of the promotion.
All right, so 30 days, guys. 30 days, you get some free cash. Well, Opulence cash. So, talk to people, get together. It's like, okay, How can we do this that makes it work? Be careful with it. It's like money, okay? Be careful. And yeah, let's just go on to build a building together. So with that, to the billion.
To the billion.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so very much. To our CEO, to Denny, and all of you who's on the call. It's an amazing call. Go out there and crush the June. So to the billion, thank you everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.